Good day, welcome back. We are busy with trigonometry, where we are simplifying expressions to a single ratio or to a numeric value. This is our first video in the set, and I ask you to be with us and remember that we need to be focused and aligned to do well in this section. Our question we are dealing with is sine of 140 degrees multiply with sine of 300 degrees multiply with tan of 330 degrees divided by cos of negative 225 degrees multiplied by sine of 135 degrees multiplied with cos of 410 degrees. Right. The first thing I need to know and understand, we will apply the reduction rules as we have discussed in the previous videos, how to apply the reduction rules to information that is given in the following way. So here we notice we've got sine of 140 degrees. So we can write this as 180 degrees minus 40 degrees. We can write it as 90 plus 50 degrees. But we will decide on which one to use if we look at the information of the other things. So here we have sine of 300 degrees. So that would be 360 minus 60 or 270 degrees plus 30. Remember, we try to avoid 90 and 270 because then the name must change, but we will use it if we need to change the name. Then we have tan of 330, which means 360 minus 30 degrees or 270 plus 60 degrees. Then we have cos of negative 225. Now we have to be very careful. This is negative 180 minus 45 degrees. I hope you get the drift of this. So if I look at my Cartesian plane, it will be negative 180 minus 45. So it will take me to the second quadrant. So that will be a cos value will be negative in that quadrant. Then sine of 135 could be 90 plus 45 or 180 degrees minus 45. Cos 410 we can write as 360 plus 50. Now we see there's a relationship between that one. 360 plus 50, 90 plus 50. So then they will have more or less the same discount ratio where I can either cancel them out or get rid of that odd value. At this point in time, you would have noticed that all those values, except for those two, could be written in terms of my special triangles. So, firstly, I write sine 90 plus 50 because I know this one was 360 plus 50. Remember I said we will look at that one when we see what the effect of the other things are. So the next one, sine of 360 degrees minus 60 degrees, tan of 360 minus 30, negative 180 minus 45 as indicated, and then sine of 180 minus 45 and cos of 360 plus 50. Now we will simplify this further. Remember with 90 plus the name changes to cos. So this name becomes cos 50 degrees. So you will see that cos 50 will cancel out with this cos 50. Now this cos 50 will cancel out that cos 50. Then we'll have sine of 30 degrees. But now 360 minus 60 will take me into the fourth quadrant. So that means it's a negative sine 60. Tan of 360 minus 30. Tan in the fourth quadrant is also negative. Right? This one will be in the second quadrant as indicated. So cos in the second quadrant is negative. Then sine 180 minus 45, second quadrant, sine is positive, and cos of 360 plus 50 will be in the first quadrant, so that one will be positive. Now cos 50 will cancel out cos 50. Cos 45, sine 45 does not relate to those guys on top. But I know tan of 30 can be written as sine of 30 over cos of 30. But now I will have to use my special triangle because I won't be able to simplify further than that point. Common mistake made by students is that they forget this negative sign. They forget that there was a negative sign when they write these ratios down. So sine of 60, we look at sine of 60, is the opposite side of the hypotenuse, square root of 3 over 2. But don't forget it is negative square root of 3 over 2. Tan of 30, we go to 30, the opposite side over the adjacent side, 1 over square root 3, and it is negative. Now we can already see square root of 3 will cancel out. Square root of 3, I'll be left with half on top. Negative times a negative is a positive. But at the bottom, I will have a negative value again. So the answer will be negative in total. Cos of 45, the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And then sine of 45 is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So it's 1 over square root 2 as well. Now we simplify further. We say we have negative a half. Square root of 2 multiplied by square root of 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm having negative a half on top divided by a half at the bottom. Or rather a positive a half on top divided by negative a half at the bottom. So my answer will be negative. So that will change to multiplication. The fraction at the back will invert. 2 will go to the top, 1 will go to the bottom. Don't say turn around, eh? Turn around is face the other way. And I know how a 2 looks when it turns around. It looks something like that. Not kosher. Show you quickly. Look like that. And that is not what we intend. You say what you mean. So 2 invert, a half gets inverted, and I have now 2 over 1. 2 cancels 2, 1 times 1 is 1, so my answer is negative 1. That is really how easy this topic is. All you need to do is remain focused and continue to do the work as was laid out. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video. If you liked it, please tell your friends. But if you loved it, please share your experience with us. Thank you.